I'm going to very quickly here go over my dreams for Lifesong. Number one, fruitful life fellowships with 85% participation. 85% participation honestly sounds low to me, but as I prayed, I kept telling God it should be 90, and he kept saying 85, so we're at 85. I'm serious. I wanted to say 90. But 85 is what's in my head, and we'll go with that. 85% participation. However large we grow, however many people we add, that's the goal. And that may be why God was pushing me down a little bit, because maybe we'll add 100 people who've never done life fellowships before. No, I want to see fruitful life fellowships where discipleship is really occurring, where people are really growing, where the challenge is happening, where the family is there, where we are uniting together. We've just barely begun in October. We're really going to start kicking them off in January. We'll be mentoring and coaching with the life fellowship leaders. We'll be spending time helping them help you. And I want to see the life fellowships be everything that we have promised you they are going to be, which is the place where discipleship most significantly will occur. I want to encourage you to be involved. I want to share with you a couple things. One of the things is that the life fellowships is where you will most frequently encounter united events with Rio West Community Church. If you miss those guys, if you miss the extended family, if you're in a life fellowship, you will more often find yourself engaging in events with them. Events geared and specifically laid out for the life fellowships. Something to bear in mind. Here's some other things the life fellowships are going to be doing. We mentioned we want that the life fellowships are where the discipleship most regularly occurs, and that means some of our best programs and best events, rather than competing them with the life fellowships, we're going to utilize them through the life fellowships. One of those is something called the Truth Project. It's a fantastic study, lasts about 12 weeks. The place you're going to find that is in the life fellowships. Every life fellowship will, over the course of the next 2 years, go through the Truth Project at some point. It'll depend a little bit on when the leader wants to do it and how they want to do it. But that's how it's going to function. If you're interested in that, that's a great discipleship tool. You'll want to be there. The Faith Lift Conference. Everybody can come to the Faith Lift Conference, of course. We will be having Faith Lift Conference in April. We'll be combining with Rio West and doing it at their church again. But there's also a study that goes with it called the See To It study. Some of the life fellowships may opt to do that study. So if you're looking for a more thorough walk through the Faith Lift Conference, the life fellowship would be the place to be there. Financial Peace University. In the past, that's been a big class that we've done at Rio West. We're really looking again for the life fellowships. They may do that as part of the big class or individually as a group, but either way, within the life fellowships, you have the incredible advantage of an accountability which lasts not only for the run of the Financial Peace University course, but for a much longer period of your life. So that if you get back into debt, you get back into trouble, you don't have to figure out who to talk to now that your small group from Financial Peace went away. You're still in the life fellowship. That's going to be another thing we're going to run through there. Possibly some men's and women's groups that will connect with the life fellowships. Something called affinity conferences, which I'm just going to let hang there with no explanation, but they're going to be really cool. And if you're not in a life fellowship, you won't get to go. Na. So, point is, we love you if you're not in a life fellowship. You will receive the blessing of Sunday morning. You will receive the blessing of our love and our family and our acceptance, and you can do the service projects with us. You're still fully part of who we are. But when I say to you that discipleship will occur most significantly in the life fellowships, I mean it. Okay. More service and family events. I just want you to know that the goal for Lifesong is we don't stop doing what we've been doing. Those weren't just to get us going. The events in the park, the service projects we've been doing, we want to keep doing those. In fact, we want to make sure that we always know what the next one on tap is. And right at this moment, I don't. And that's a reproof to me. Because I'm honest. I want to always be, I'm telling you honestly, I always want to know what the next service project is. And with Christmas and stuff, we don't know. But it'll be coming up. And we'll keep doing those. Here's an event. Here's a family event I wanted to let you know about with Rio West, the Ladies' Teas, January 24th. That's a United RWCC and Lifesong event. And I mentioned it because these service projects are also family events. One of the things that's really impressed people when we do service projects at the park, a lot of people come by and they're just impressed that we're just hanging out together as a church. They apparently think that's odd. Now, that's all we've ever known coming from Rio West, but they apparently find that really amazing. So even just the family events together speak a lot to the neighborhoods. And so this is a family event. The Ladies' Tea, you can sign up for that as well. A Fuller Barrel. We're averaging about 50, 60 adults. Okay, we average more than that with the kids, obviously. We're averaging about 50, 60 adults. And that's average. It goes up, goes down. 100 adults, end of the year. It's That's my prayer. That's my goal. If all of you shared with one person over the course of the year, that could do it in and of itself. Number 4 is a community church. Our full title is Lifesong, a community church. Not Lifesong Community Church, and not Lifesong the community church, because we believe there are other community churches around. But Lifesong, a community church. But I like that because it emphasizes community a little bit more than just Lifesong Community Church does. It reminds people that we are a church that is in a community and we're part of a community. And as we do our service projects in the neighborhoods, that's part of our goal. Well, I just want to tell you, and I'll make this really brief. We've been praying. Andy and I were talking at one point, and we were talking about, we were just talking about a building someday. And I think it's always been in our head that someday we'd have a building. But as God was talking to us, as we were talking, rather, I think God was talking to us, as we were talking, we just really felt we kind of came to this vision together. I don't even remember sort of how it unfolded, but in our conversation of when we build a church building, we really want to build a community center. We don't just want to build a church building that can be used by the community. We want to build a community center. We actually want to build a community center, possibly do some kind of partnership with the city, with other people, try to build a community center, and then yes, we would have an area in there that I call the holodeck or the magic room, because it will be acoustically and visually magic. And that doesn't it work that way? And that will be where we'll have our services. We can show videos and sound and control the environment and the temperature and everything. Yeah, that'll be nice, huh? As I said, the holodeck. So that would be a piece of it. But the building itself would be we would have a community center, and we'd have the community in all the time, and we'd have mentorships and teachings and seminars and maybe a billiard table and maybe a handball table, so that it's not just a community center for people who play billiards, but people who play squash, so we can get all sorts of the kinds of people in the community out. So I think that's kind of the vision. Well, recently there's been some things that have been unfolding, and I won't go into a lot of details because everything's pretty new. But there's been some things unfolding, and there's some real possibility. This whole thing, you guys remember when we started Lifesong, and Don said, one of the first things that happened is Don said, go see if Cielo Azul will be at all interested in having a church, but be prepared because they probably don't. That's kind of what he said. And I went and talked to them, and they said, we would love to have a church. We were just waiting for a church to call, literally. And I said, well, that was us then. And here we are, and it's been fantastic, and God did it. I did nothing. God just kind of engineered things, and here I am. There are things happening that feel that way to me about this community center. There is a real possibility. Discussions have already begun, and I have been invited to be part of these discussions with the city and with people who have the power to make this a reality for us to partner on a community center. It blows my mind. It's really just amazing to me. My goal is that by the end of this year, we will have the plan, we will have the vision, we will have the design, we will know exactly what is happening and where we're moving, and we'll have the partnership details worked out, and it will be a reality, so that within the next 2 to 3 years, we actually move in. That's faster than I anticipated, but it seems to be where God is going. So that's the goal, is at the end of this year, not that we'll be in that community center, but we'll know what it is. We'll know how it looks, and we'll have the partnerships worked out. That's my prayer. That's my goal. That's what I feel like God wants us to look at.